Jimmy Washam, FLW ProCircuit angler here. I'm breaking in the brand new Ranger Z520L. I want to give you all a quick rundown on all the cool stuff I've got on it. 27 degrees.
Oh Lord.
What better time to break an engine in? That's right. Right. That 4-stroke sounds good, doesn't it? Hey, Jimmy Washam, FLW ProCircuit angler here. I'm breaking in the brand new Ranger Z520L. I want to give you all a quick rundown on all the cool stuff I've got on it. Starting out, we've got the 8-foot power pole blades, dual, and those are really a great way of approaching shallow fish. If you want to be stealthy and put the poles down, not have to use your trolling motor, a great way of catching bedding fish. If you're trying to catch fish that are downwind of you, a lot of great things for these power poles. They're also great for loading up at the dock. And I'm going to go ahead and drop those right. So we got the new Mercury V8 4-stroke Pro XS. And I'll tell you what, this is the first time I've got to run this engine, and I'm impressed. It is incredibly high in the torque. Really shoots this big Ranger up on pad quick. It's been efficient and it's super quiet. We can sit and talk at 60 miles an hour, and it's nothing like your old school 2-strokes. I'm very impressed with that engine, loving it. And so the features of the Ranger itself, really from front to back, it's almost hard to even explain all of them. So starting back here, I think Ranger has really done a great job on the battery compartment. I've got a cool place to put a spare prop there. I've got another Fury prop, really heavy duty, great onboard charger, factory from Ranger, and plenty of room to handle 4 31 group batteries. And the jump box here, I love it. This right here will save you from being stranded. No more having to carry jumper cables in the boat or an external jumper pack. This right here, I can jump it over to jump start, and it's going to kick my engine to where it'll crank off my deep cycle battery, and then I can kick it back on to run and charge my cranking battery if I ever do happen to run low on juice on the cranking battery. So a lot of cool stuff out of that. From here, live wells. Everybody knows that Ranger live wells are famous for keeping fish healthy and really hold a lot of water and just do exactly like they're supposed to. And here we've got a Pickwick bass in there. We're testing the new live well out, and he's been in there for a couple hours, and you can tell that he's happy. So these right here help me get my fish to the weigh-in healthy and help them get released. Big rear compartments. And what I really like about these new Rangers is we don't have carpet in these compartments. And, to me, that's definitely a benefit, because you can dry them out if you ever happen to get water in them, which is rare, but really easy to clean out. Just a really good feature there. Got a rack here if you ever want to use this as a cooler. Put your sandwich up there, you don't have to worry about your sandwich getting soggy. Moving on to the seats. Big comfortable seats, man. You feel like you're in a limousine when you're riding in this boat. You get in rough water, the boat handles it great, but these seats are a big part of that. They really do well on a comfortable ride. They've got an adjustable feature now on the new Rangers. They've got a driver and a passenger side feature where you can adjust the seat. I can get over here. Of course, I've got my TH Marine hot foot. If I need a little more space or less, I can adjust this seat just like you can in your pickup truck. So really cool feature. We've got a coin box, plenty of room for all your little stuff. I like keeping my wallet in there, and keep a buoy in there in case I ever need it. Throw the keys in there, don't have to worry about them getting lost. And it's got a grip pad on top of it where you're stepping up out of the bottom of the boat. Your co-angler or the guy in the back doesn't have to worry about slipping when you go to your live well. So grip pad there. And the cockpit of the Ranger is unbelievable. There's just the way it's laid out. While you're running, you can get the stuff without it being a danger to you or having to take your eyes too far off the water. It's easily accessible. All the stuff on the keypad here, it's just a touch pad for me to run my live wells, my oxygenator, my ventilation system, interior lights, timer, bilge, navigation lights, and additional accessories that I might set up for it. And the start pad, I love not having to keep up with a key. You don't have to worry about getting to the lake and wondering where your boat key is anymore. I can personalize a code here to unlock and access my boat and start it. So love that. And of course the power pole external remote here. And I've also got one as a lanyard that I can wear. And I've also got some, when we get up there, I'll show you Bigfoot steps to operate my power pole. So Lowrance has really been a leader in the electronics industry for a while, and they have done nothing but step their game up with the new HDS live units. Here I've got dual 12-inch lives. I like running them when I'm just up and running around. I like a big screen for my map and a big screen for my 2D while I'm running. These new quick select buttons that they've added are really great. I can go here to my side and down and run my 2D and my map over here. And of course there's a million different ways you can set these up and personalize them to how you like them. So this is just what I like, especially if I'm fishing offshore. I've got a good size to the map where I can read it easily. Got my 2D, and I can also look at my side and down. So really a good way to find those offshore fish. There's so many things that this Lowrance system can do. My Marantz Ghost trolling motor up front can be interactive with the Lowrance units, and there's just endless amount of things I can do. I've also got my power poles tied into it here, you can see. So Lowrance has really stepped their game up. Crystal clear image, great way to find fish. So I'm pumped about the Boat Logix mount that I've got on it. These things are incredibly beefy. We've been beating around in a little bit of choppy water today. These Lowrances don't budge. This is one heck of a mount for the dual 12s right here, and I've also got one up front for 112 that ties straight into the panel that Ranger puts on that you can mount in-dash on, and lifts your units up, gets them a little bit closer to you, lets you get more of a benefit out of those big screens. So really a good deal, and look how clean they are. They just look good. I'm proud of the Boat Logix. Back there and here we've got the front Boat Logix mount, and what I love about what they can do for me on this Ranger is they invert it to where my Lowrance Live is perfectly parallel with me, and there's no cant to it. So super beefy. And I mean, you can run down the lake and cut across wake and get in chop, and you don't even see it moving. So just a really sturdy mount. Also got a Mercury SmartCraft gauge over here that tells me hours, trim setting, my fuel consumption, and RPMs, speed. I mean, everything you need to know about your Mercury engine. That SmartCraft is really great. And I forgot to mention the TH Marine Atlas jack plate back there. This is my gauge to tell me while I'm running, instead of having to look over my shoulder, at what level my jack plate's running at. A great way to be able to pick your engine up in super shallow water, keep your prop off the bottom, and it also helps maximize your performance of your boat anywhere from speed to rough water that you might find yourself running in. So no more days of having to go and take a wrench to the jack plate, manual jack plate, and get it like you like it. With the Atlas jack plate, just on demand, you can put your motor where you want it. So moving forward, and another cool thing about these new Rangers is we've got tons of plug-ins. Right here I've got a USB and a 9-volt plug-in right there, and we've also got one in the coin box right here. So plug right there, USB, charge your phone, run your GoPro, all the stuff that we rely on nowadays to keep a USB plugged in too. So now here's the command center of the Ranger. What I absolutely love about the time management and convenience for this new Ranger Z520L is how I can get everything I need to get done during a tournament day sitting right here where I'm at, sitting on this cooler. So I've got my braid scissors, pliers, clippers to cut a close knot, some more accessories over here. Right here if I need to measure a fish. My board stows away out of the way, easy to get to. All I've got to do is turn around. I can go to my day box right here and get whatever I feel like I might put in there that I'm going to be using during the day to save time. Go to that really easy. Spin around right here. In the front dry box, this is where I carry a lot of my stuff. Of course, I've got it pretty organized where I can go right to it, but I can reach it all from right where I'm sitting. If I need to turn around and go to the rod box, I can get to it really easy right here. Pick it up if I need to snatch another rod out of there on the go, get that done. And all from this seat right here. So that's really a great feature that Ranger has come along with, is making it convenient, and it's going to help me put more fish in the box because I'm not running all over the boat to get to my pliers and my clippers and where I'm keeping some baits up here and then my rods. So it's all right here on this command center. Love that. Now the 520 has a huge front deck. We can lay down across this. No kidding. This is a giant front deck up here at the cross of your rod buckles. We've got a tremendous amount of deck all the way forward up on the front of the boat. So, you know, the wide deck back here is nice, but where it really counts is up here where you're going to be doing most of your work. So from setting the hook and moving around, I'm not tripping on rods. I don't have to worry about falling over. If you fell out of this boat, then you'd really have to try. Huge front deck. The new Marantz Ghost. I can't say enough good about this. This is the first time I've got to run it, and I've spent a day behind it, and I'm in love with it. It really deploys so easily. I mean, it's nothing like my old trolling motor where my back's hurting at the end of the day from picking it up, setting it down. It goes down so easily. It commands so well. It's super quiet. You know, a lot of these new trolling motors with an electronic foot pedal have got a hum or a noise to them. You literally can barely hear this one when it turns. Super stealthy. And if I pick these poles up with my Bigfoot switches up here on my poles for up and down, you can't even hear that trolling motor. So now let's crank it up to max. Just a little hum. It's crazy that we can scoot across the water this fast with a trolling motor on high and you can barely hear it. So impressed with that. And we've got an anchor mode on it that locks you down where you want to be. You can work on tackle if you're too deep for your poles to get down. You can retie, do whatever you need to. On anchor mode, it's going to hold you right where it's at. If you find those fish offshore, hit this anchor button. And they're going to hold you right where you're at so you can make that exact cast and catch those fish. So we drop it on anchor, and it's going to align itself to hold us on that GPS waypoint within just a couple of feet right there of where we hit anchor mode. And as you can see on the Lowrance HDS up front, tied into the Lowrance Ghost with a transducer in the foot, look at how clear the picture is. Right now our Ghost is working on anchor mode, so that prop's turning, and we just don't get the interference like you used to. Crystal clear picture. And of course here I've got my map, my sonar, my 2D sonar, and my down scan working there. The fish reveal on the down scan is awesome. Just really, I'm super impressed with these HDS Lives and the way that they work with the Ghost trolling motor. Of course, I got a 0.1 antenna up front and one as well back on my console units. And I've also got a locker bar that we don't have in the boat right now. We left it in the truck, but what's neat about that, I've got a steel bar that I run across here with a lock that also has a vibration alarm in it. So if somebody comes up and decides that they want my fishing stuff more than I do, they go to snatching on this locker bar that runs across here, then it's gonna go off just like a car alarm and alert me. Prevents them from opening the front boxes here, and keeps all my stuff safe, so when I'm on the road traveling, I can sleep with peace of mind. This one here, we've got, it was 27 degrees this morning when we took off, so we literally had to bring the whole closet with us and got it piled up, big deep compartments there. And the rod box, the Ranger's got a great system for storing your rods, and when you see mine, you're going to notice that I actually opted for the open compartment rod box. And the reason I do that is, unfortunately, sometimes I feel like I need to bring 30 rods to the lake, so I feel like I can put them in there and be able to access the ones on the bottom if I need to with it open. But my previous Ranger had the rod tubes, and that was great. Really protects your rods. You can fit up to conveniently 18 to 20 rods in there, which is more than most people need. But like I said, I opted to have that out so I could probably fit 50 rods in here if I had them to put in there. The power ventilation system right here. Get done fishing, you put wet baits back in your rod locker, back in your dry storage. And what we don't take into account a lot of times, you get done fishing with a bait, you hook it on your reel, you put it up, bait doesn't have time to dry. All you're doing is building rust and corrosion on all your equipment. So when I get done for the day, I hit my power ventilation system button up on the console there. It's actually going to ventilate these compartments and help flush out all that liquid that leads to rust and corrosion, so I make sure and maintain my equipment properly. So as you'll see, I've gone through the features of the Ranger, and we've got some of my great partners that I've got some graphics and just got the boat wrap done at Sign Designs in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee from Jeff Stanford. He did a great job. We've got EGR Premium Auto Accessories, my title sponsor. They make some great accessories to really put a new look to your truck. They've hooked me up with fender flares, window visors, a hood protector, body side molding. They make all kind of stuff that can really enhance the look of your vehicle. And my truck, to me, looks like a brand new one now that I put all that stuff on it. So Midway Marine, that's where I got the Ranger. They have taken care of me from start to finish on everything. Just really good people to deal with, and they sell more Rangers than anybody around this area, and there's a reason for that. That's because they treat people right, and you're going to be happy when you buy a boat from them. Black Bass Tackle Industries, that's a venture that me and my buddy Jeremy Presley have gone on, and basically it started out us building jigs that we like to catch fish on, and we both designed a few baits that are truly fish catchers. I'm a big jig fan. I think it catches big fish anywhere you go in the country. So anyway, that turned into something that we've actually began to market through Black Bass Tackle Industries, and what we take pride in at that company is building a jig that's better than the average jig you can buy on the shelf. So we don't overlook any details or any components. We make a jig truly the best one that you can pull out of the package and tie on. So that's it. And I've discussed Power Pole, Midway Marine, Primary Tackle. They're a local tackle shop in the Memphis area. Just David Best at Primary Tackle, just a good down-home guy, and he'll take care of you on a personal level. It's not like shopping online or you know, some of the other ways that some people get their tackle. It's a personal connection with somebody that'll talk fishing with you and make sure you're taken care of. Lowrance, Mercury, Boat Logix, EGR, Ranger Bass Boats, of course, Black Bass Tackle Industries, and Midway Marine. So I've got some great partners for the 2020 FLW Pro Circuit, and I'm excited to be in the new boat, getting the engine broke in and getting familiar with it, and I'm ready to go catch some fish, put them in that Ranger live well and take them on stage. Thank y'all.